What's going on, everybody? This is Ralrina with How to Escape, and today I'm going to be doing a brief review on the GZYF engine splash shield for 2013 through 18 Ford Escapes. This is an alternative to the OEM splash shield that always rips off, and as well as an alternative to the Jinke engine splash shield sold on AliExpress. That splash shield is no longer available, and I've had a lot of people ask, where can I buy it? Is there an alternative? Well, this is an alternative. I'm going to have a link to it in Amazon in the description below where you can buy it. I'm also going to tell you why I think it's a little bit better than the Jinke Splash Shield, and we'll get into more details then. Let's get started.
Alright guys, we got the Amazon page here with the GZYF Splash Shield. You can see it's $116, free shipping. It does come from China. It took about 3 weeks to get to my house. I live in Virginia, just as a reference point. It shows the hardware that it comes with. You got the washers, the screws, and 2 clips for the sides. Again, just shows that it's for the 13 through 18 Escapes. Side view, you can see the depth of the cover here, which is kind of nice. The 2 air intakes, arrows showing that it points to the front of the vehicle and the back of the vehicle goes that way. And just a few other good pictures of what you're expecting for the shield. You got the 3 trap doors, and finally it just shows you how the trap doors nest into the main shield. You get a good feeling for how thick the material is here. So now that we've seen what you'd be looking at on Amazon, I'm going to show you how it arrives in terms of what it's shipped in and the unboxing.
Alright, so this is what the shield arrives looking like. Granted, it's just a thin piece of plastic, so there's not really a whole lot that can go wrong with it. It comes with all this tape here. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, again, not a big deal because it's just a plastic shield. I have a razor blade here. I'm not going to hurt anything. All right. You have your hardware right here.
So one dramatic improvement that I think the new shield is going to have over the Jinke shield is that there are holes perforating each of these doors. And the reason I like that is because with the Jinke shield, I had an oil leak and I didn't know about it for a long time because the oil was just pooling up on these doors and wasn't actually dripping through until there was a lot of oil, and then by that point it had been leaking for quite a while. So again, if the oil doesn't drip through those vents there, it can pool, and you can still see some trapped on those ribs right there on that door. You can just see that this one's a lot more sculpted, a little bit more robust than the Jinke shield is. It's a good shield over there, but it just looks a little flimsy compared to this new one. And just looking at the quick release fasteners that are on the Jinke shield and comparing them with the new shield, we do have those fasteners for the Allen key, the hex key, and the receivers for those look like they're heat staked or actually molded into the plastic. You might have to be careful not to over torque them because sometimes metal fasteners in plastic can break free. In terms of material thickness, we're looking at about the same material, probably 1/8 of an inch to 150 thousandths of an inch. All in all, I'm pretty excited to mount this up. It looks like it's going to be a great shield. Of the hardware that's included with the shield, you're going to receive 9 fasteners, 9 washers, and 2 clips. And the 2 fasteners on the sides, meant for the sides of the shield, are just slightly smaller, and they're supposed to go into these clips here. Now, it was nice of them to supply these clips in case you lost them, but there is a distinct difference between the new clips and the old clips, and you'll notice that right away. The new ones are a lot wider than the old ones, so I had a hard time trying to get them to fit in between the plastic ribs under the vehicle. In fact, it didn't fit at all. Now, I'm lucky because I still have both of my old clips, so I'm going to use those. But if I was missing them, then I would have to take tin snips and cut this down so that it would fit in between the plastic ribs where the clips go. So, just remember, 4 large fasteners go on the front, 3 large fasteners go on the back, and the 2 smaller fasteners go on the sides. And use your old clips if you still have them. Alright guys, this is kind of our moment of truth point in the video here. I have everything mounted up with the Phillips head fasteners. Just use a screwdriver there. That was pretty easy. Everything went in well. I've removed all of the access doors, and for my oil filter,
It's very accessible. I know it's kind of hard to tell with the video, but I can get my whole arm up there, and I have plenty of room, so I can reach my filter. I have my transmission fluid drain plug right there. So that leaves plenty of room for the fluid to drain out. And my oil drain plug is right here. So this is the only one I'm kind of concerned about, because there's only about 4 inches or so here, kind of a trajectory of the oil path that comes out. But I'm just going to keep an eye on that. Overall, I think this is great. There's a lot more room with this shield than with the Jinke shield. The one thing I am concerned about, which is not a huge deal, you just got to be careful, is that the Jinke shield had plastic quick release fasteners, and these are loose screws here, and they do come out. That's why I'm just kind of putting them back in there for now while we talk, but you got to be careful not to lose those. One other thing that I thought was kind of funny is that each of these say oil drain valve. All of them say that. So the Jinke shield kind of showed different graphics for oil filters and all that, but each one of these doors say oil drain valve. So just disregard that and just know, at least for the 1.6 liter engine, and we had good feedback from a guy on Facebook who had the 2 liter, these fit great and they're excellent access points. Alright guys, well now that this is in, that about wraps up the review of this GZYF engine splash shield. Again, the Amazon link below is there if you want to look into buying one yourself. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, concerns, please share them below in the video or on our blog at www.howtoescapewithrawrina.weebly.com. Follow us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, and as always, if you know somebody who might be interested in this, please share it. Like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching How to Escape. We'll see you next time.